Hey guys, it's Kyrie, and today's video is a time lapse of the art I made for TradeChat. She was the winner of the contest I held, and basically she wanted a portrait of her cat Leeroy in like an oval background with some flowers and filigree, and I wanted to incorporate Leeroy's name in a banner at the bottom just to kind of seal it all in. And she sent me pictures of Leeroy to look at, and we also looked at some tattoos, but I'm not really comfortable with just copying what this tattoo or that tattoo looks like. I don't think that's fair to the tattoo artist or the person wearing the tattoo. So I wanted to create a similar concept but make it completely my own. So if you were to put both of them side to side, like, you wouldn't be able to tell that I used the first one for reference. There was a lot of flowers, a lot of filigree, and a lot of pearls to put into this piece, and I think I have 6 hours invested in this in total, and I worked on it over a course of several days. I had a lot of fun working on this. I learned some new things. I came across a couple challenges, and I was nervous the entire time because this is a really big piece. You know, it's someone's family member, and I'm really bad with human anatomy, and I've never really dived into animal anatomy, so now that I'm thinking about it, I think the right word was delve. Delve, I don't know. Don't hate me. So now I am outlining the art, and it's crazy drawing something and then inking it and then having to color it and go over it and over it and over it. It's a lot of repetition, and it's a lot of detail to put in, but I had a lot of fun. Once again, I was using the Prismacolor inking pens that I always use, and when I go to color this, I use Copic markers. For the flowers, she wanted forget-me-nots, daisies, and lilacs, and the tattoo we were looking at had like filigree and like leaves and stuff, and she liked that style of filigree, so I tried to make it similar and interesting. And she wanted pastel colors, so blue, purple, and white, and because the daisies are already white by themselves, I ended up using a gray just to kind of add some shadow and depth to the petals. As far as the leaves go, I didn't want to use like the green that you would see on a rose leaf, because that's just way too like bright and in your face. So I ended up using a teal green because I felt like that was a little more appropriate. That giant pearl up at the top, I wanted to be like pearlescent, so I used a bunch of pinks and purples for that, which you will see shortly. And right now I'm not sure why there's a pause in the video. I was probably looking at some sort of reference. I was smearing the pencil with my hand, so I had a piece of paper with me just to kind of reduce the smudging. And now we're on to coloring. Yay! After drawing and inking, now we get to color and shade. So, like I said, she wanted pastel colors, and Copic markers dry lighter than what they actually look like when you first lay them down, and they also look much different than what they look like on the cap. So I grabbed colors slightly darker than what I needed. That way when they would lighten up, they would lighten to what I wanted them to look like, and I think it turned out pretty well. There were so many flowers. I tried to keep a decent variety of them so that there wasn't too much of one flower and not enough of another. I also wanted to vary the sizes of the flowers so that way they look like they were like different ages or blooms of flowers. I know absolutely nothing about flowers. I think I'm pretty much the only girl in the world that actually doesn't like flowers. I'm very thankful that my boyfriend does not buy me the whole like teddy bear flower chocolate jewelry type stuff on Valentine's Day, because like I'm just not into that at all. I'd honestly rather just play video games and go get some sushi, which in about a half an hour I'm gonna be getting some sushi. Holla! So the filigree I had a lot of fun working on because I used, I think, 3 or 4 different colors. I laid down the base color, I laid down a dark color, I laid down the mid-tone, I go back in with the light color, and I feel like it really made it stand out. And I love the effect that it gave using the colors I used. There's a lot of filigree. I wonder if maybe I should have added more flowers and stuff to the top, or if just keeping the filigree up at the top was the best choice. I personally really like the filigree. That's the first time. This is honestly like the first time I've worked on something like this. First time I've put flowers and things. First time I've done pearls. First time I've done a portrait. First time I've done tattoo lettering. First time I've drawn a realistic-ish cat. If I had to change anything about the cat, I would honestly change the eyes, because that probably could have been better now that I look at it. But I really like how it turned out. There's the pearlescent pearl-like thing. Now we're drawing in the eyes, and I wanted to put in this pastel purple on the Leeroy banner, and then I just darken it a little bit just to give it some depth. Alright, so now this is the background of what I would imagine is a frame that the pearls are set onto. I wanted to make that a darker brown than what the filigree looked like because it's in the background. And then the pearls, I just color a dark gray on the bottom half and a light gray on the top half, and it kind of makes them look 3D, which is pretty nice effect if you ask me. So there was a lot of pearls. And I believe it was about 1 in the morning when I was working on these pearls. My boyfriend kept yelling at me that it was time to go to bed, and I was like, but I'm almost done with the pearls. He's like, you got 1 more minute, and I'm like, okay. And then like literally 10 minutes would go by, and I'm like still working on this drawing. But I had a lot of fun. So I spent an hour trying to figure out the perfect colors for this cat. And I honestly don't have any colors that are exactly what I needed, so I had to kind of fudge it a bit and pray that it would look okay. So I was using like these flesh colors and these nude like peach colors. Then I would go in with like a darker tan and like an orangish tan. And I feel like it turned out really well. When I was first coloring it, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna look like a Siamese cat, which is not a Siamese cat at all. But as I kept working on it and like adding color to different sections, I was like, okay, this is working out. I can work with this. We can handle this. This cat has a lot of details. I wanted the fur to look like fur. I wish I would have continued that effect with the eyes as well. I didn't want the white fur to be completely white, so that's why I used that really light tan, just to make it look like there was depth and shadow in the cat. The background I wanted to make a light purple, since light purple seemed to be like a really good theme for this, and I feel like it would contrast with the color of the cat. And you know, that's it. Like this is the drawing that I made for TradeChat, and I actually shipped it out in the mail for her today, so she should be getting it within a couple days. And I added a white gel pen in to add some whiskers and like detail, but the white gel pen ended up drying lighter than the actual color of the cat, so I doubt you can see it. But this is what it looks like, and I didn't record this, but I ended up adding more whiskers to the cat, and it's done. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!